A team of reporters will bring you the latest on the ground. First to Amelia Adams in Washington, D.C. Amelia, protesters and police are still clashing on the doorstep of the White House.
Mark, we have just moved one block from the White House, and this is the scene in Washington, D.C. Thousands of protesters who had gathered quite peacefully for the most part at the president's doorstep moved away from that police line, and they've moved down the street, and we are hearing huge flashbangs. The police, the Metropolitan Police, are firing back with tear gas. So what you're seeing now is what we have seen, this pattern over the last few days, where these protests start very peaceful. They're organised Black Lives Matter protests. They're asking the authorities here in America to kneel with them in memory of George Floyd and to show them some solidarity and some understanding for the issues that they want changed in this country. That has moved on and escalated, and now you have a lot of peaceful protesters and families that have gone home, and there is this element which is quite a tough element, quite an angry element, and they are taking to the streets of Washington, D.C. They are on their knees, and you can probably hear they're yelling, "Don't shoot, don't shoot." It's a very tense situation. Police are prepared, so you can see the National Guard is here, social service officers are here, and this is the local DC police. So you've got every agency available. The president is in the White House a block away. He has not addressed the nation. He has tweeted a few moments ago simply saying law and order. Mark?
Another flashbang there, Amelia. Amelia, if you can hear me,
yeah.
What's the vibe you're getting off the protesters with the police? Is it largely peaceful, or do you think that it's getting more tense than that?
There's two really distinct elements. There's a lovely undercurrent of peaceful protesters here who want to talk about their stories, growing up as black people in this country, systemic racism which needs to change, and those are powerful messages. Unfortunately, Mark, they're getting drowned out by what you are seeing right now, and those are the protesters who are so angry, and they are motivated to destroy this. Whoa! All right, we're moving back. So police are retaliating with tear gas. Yep, you okay? They are firing rubber bullets. You can see that police officer standing on the car firing rubber bullets into the crowd. The protesters, I've got to point out, they are on their knees. They have their hands up. They're saying, "Don't shoot." They're saying, "Kneel for George." This is the situation as night falls in America's capital.
Amelia, who are they firing at?
Yes, sorry, we will do. Absolutely, thank you, sir. Mark, they're firing at the protesters. So what's happening here is another one. Okay, flashbang, and another one. What's happening is the protesters started hurling projectiles at officers, rocks, bottles filled with things, and as soon as that happened, we're backing up.
Up to the wall.
It really escalated, and so what you're seeing with the flashbangs and what you're hearing now is the riot police. Yep. Is the riot police escalating? We're retaliating and trying to push the protesters back into a certain area. I'm fine. Thank you, sir. So that they can. Thank you. And so you can see there are people like this man who just came up to check on us, and they're saying this is not okay. I can hear other protesters saying, "Don't do this. You're doing this to your own people. You're making us all look bad." They have a message they want to get through, and this is not it, Mark.
Amelia, a completely different atmosphere there from what was seen in Minneapolis, because we did see really heavy confrontation with the protesters and police. But here it doesn't look as violent as that. As I say that, it looks like there was some confrontation, but it seems like a different mood.
Yeah, it's just very... Oh, there we go again, back. It's just very tense, Mark, you're right. And I think what we will inevitably, unfortunately, see is that as people get hurt here, and they are getting hurt, the mood will change again, and as darkness falls, people get angrier and more violent. And Jesus! All right, down.
That was close.
Okay, so that was close. I'm just going to move away, and that was tear gas, which I know from experience is very unpleasant. So look, this is going to happen, I think, up and down the streets of DC, because there are protesters here, Nick, stay with me, who do not want to go home. They're not ready to move on from this protest. They want to stay on their knees in the streets saying, kneel with us for George Floyd. And the officers aren't going to do that. And so this is going to continue to escalate.
What are the Mills, what are the protesters, sorry, what are the police actually saying to the protesters? Are they telling them, keep moving, get out of the way, or what?
Yeah, so that's what you're hearing. You're hearing move back, and you can probably see there they've got their batons out. They are yelling, move back, and they are pushing them. They did ask, the protesters didn't comply, and now there are projectiles being thrown in both directions.
Amelia, give us a sense, how close are you to the White House there? If you were to walk now to the White House, how long would it take?
When I started talking to you, Mark, whoa, flashbang. You're okay, thank you, sir. When I started talking to you, Mark, we were 1 block from the president's front door. We're now walked about 3 blocks in that time, down the main street here, H Street, northwest of DC. And this is a beautiful area. I was here 2 months ago as coronavirus shut down this city. It's a gorgeous historic city, as you know. And now a lot of these shop fronts are being vandalized. Now what you're seeing is the police, thank you, sir, the police holding their line. Okay. All right, someone's down to my left.
What's he saying,
and
Amelia?
Here we have this pattern again. So someone's down, he needs medical attention. Okay, so Mark, the police are now asking us all to stand back from their line. This guy's been quite badly hurt. Okay. Was he hit? Yeah.
What do you think?
Gas?
What do you think happened there, Amelia? What do you think happened to that person?
Was that a rubber bullet? What was he hit with? Does anyone know what he was hit with? Okay, there we go. There you go, Mark. So the protester that you're seeing was hit by a rubber bullet, and they're extremely painful and extremely dangerous. So that's what the police are trying to use to control this crowd and keep them in position. We've now stopped moving. We've now got about 2 blocks, which is clear. So the police have cleared that 2 blocks, and on the other side is the White House and another huge crowd just like this one.
It seems like, Amelia, that they're content to keep the protesters where they've got them now. They seem to have hemmed them down that end of the street. It looks like they're content with that now.